Um, so I know that you've mentioned watching children to save money. Was there anything else that you did to kind of like be a squirrel and like find more money to put into your savings account that you can give us some ideas for? Or is
No,
that
I mean, I've cleaned houses, but mostly I've been in childcare my whole life because it was something that could work with being like I had my own home daycare when my boys were really little. Like I've always been in childcare just because it worked with my kids and I could have both. And then I kind of with the second husband, I like cleaned houses on the side while also running the business, just because I kind of had fallen into that. And so I kept those clients and would squirrel that money away just to have my own money. It wasn't because I was like trying to leave. It was just having access to my own spending money was a very difficult thing because he just, you know, it was like I work, I make the money, I kind of a thing. So, but mostly childcare. When I moved here, it was like when I moved up here, I was still like helping with the business and stuff, and I was at home with my kids. And like a neighbor asked, like, "Hey, you know, I noticed you're home with your kids. Would you mind watching my daughter?" And I kind of fell into, and because I've always been like in a kind of a daycare situation, multi kids at one time, and this was like she just kind of blended in with my kids. And I was like, and I, you know, the extra $200 a week. And I was like, wow, this is easy. So then she moved, like, I want to do this. So then I found my family that I was with them their whole childhood, like 11 years till the last one went to first grade. So, and I became very attached to that family. So then I worked out to move out on my own. I couldn't support myself just working with them. So that's when I did that before. I was like, well, I'm just going to get into childcare. And that's another point is not having, like, I didn't have a college education. I didn't have this career that could make money. So there was that insecurity of how, and I was like, I just babysit. And so like, I thought like college kids babysit, like this isn't, you know, there was that insecurity in that, like how, like nobody's going to hire me. Like they prefer, you know, they're a college kid or whatever, that's who they're going to ask. So like, how am I going to like get date nights or get more hours to work around this one family, which my goal was to stick with them. And I think working with them, it made me those few years, I forget how many years I was with them, like 3 or 4, I think, before I left. In that time of working just with that one family, I built up this confidence. I saw the gift that I had with the kids and that I was giving the parents. And then when I started doing date nights, I would get feedback of like, it's so much to have a mature, like a mom watch the kids. Like we can go out and we don't worry about them at all. Like whereas a college kid, you know, will call over every little thing, you know, like they don't have that confidence. And like, that feedback gave me this confidence that, you know what, I'm not just a babysitter. I'm providing like peace of mind to these parents, you know, with all my experience and knowing how to handle all the little things and like, and just becoming a team. I know how to be a team with the mom in raising the kids, you know, like, because I am a mom and I have these sensitivities on, you know, that, and like building that confidence and realizing that what I have is a gift and it is a career. It is important. Gave me the confidence to go out on my own. And so, yeah, I guess like that was an important thing too, was realizing that what I do for work is important and then making it a career.
Yeah. And I love this story because in my circumstance, I tried babysitting when I knew I was leaving, I was trying every way possible to get out and to save money, or just trying to save money all the time in any way possible. And I tried babysitting, and my ex forbid me. He would go into a complete rage over anything possible that he could figure out in order to not let me, like, he'd complain about the floors not being washed. Like, you're not even taking care of the floors, even though there was nothing wrong with the floors. There was like a speck of dust on the floor, and it would turn into this whole thing and guilt me into my priorities need to be at the home. I shouldn't be. And he used to call it a college job. That's what he used to say. He'd demean it, and he'd say, you're, however old I was at the time, blah, blah, years old. That's for a college girl. Like, you're stealing money from another college girl by doing that. So I love that you're saying this, because a lot of times females feel, or individuals in these circumstances feel like they try one thing, like babysitting, for instance, it doesn't work. And then they're like, oh, if I can't make money babysitting, then there's no other way. So my story is, I opened up an eBay store and an OfferUp store. And at night, while he was watching TV, because he, like I said, he'd keep me up until 3 or 4 in the morning. So I would, since I knew I was going to be up anyways, and he had the TV blaring, I would be in the office secretly taking pictures of my dresses and my clothes. And I had also wanted more kids. So I had kept all of my son's clothes, and I would secretly take pictures of maybe like 12 to 20 different pairs of clothing just quickly on my phone. And then I would sit during the day and I would list them on eBay and OfferUp to make money. And this is just a really great example of, you have to find out what your spouse will allow you to do, because they're all different.
Right.
Your spouse has absolutely no problem with you running his business and then also doing a couple of other things in order to make money. You just have to figure out what it is they feel comfortable with you doing. Of course, my ex did find out that I was selling on eBay, but I minimized it. I was like, oh yeah, I sold this, he'd see a package. He'd be like, what is that? And I'd be like, oh, I sold this shirt for $2. Even though it was like $20 or $22 or whatever it was. But just, you have to maneuver to figure out what they're comfortable with, and don't give up, find clean houses, figure out what they're comfortable with, minimize the amount of money that you're making, and, go at it full force.
Yep.
So I love that.